Good morning. Happy Saturday. um, Another rough night of sleep. Unfortunately, I was up every hour, forcing myself back to sleep, and I finally gave up at like 4 o'clock this morning. So I got some sleep and stuff that I need to still catch up on. Anyway, I wanted to talk about parent-child relationships when your child is an adult. And the funny thing is I have 3 adult children. I have 2 boys and a girl. And so it goes boy, girl, boy. 33, 31, and 23. So people have asked in the past, and I've said it in videos. Yes, they were all from my first marriage. We just had a large gap. And first of all 3 of my kids are really amazing humans. They really are. Their dad and I are so proud of them. So proud of them and where they are in life. And, you know, they're just great. They really are. I'm very proud of them. And I'm proud to have, obviously with my husband, my then husband, their father, very proud that we raised such really incredible humans. However, navigating adult relationships with your adult children can be very difficult, right? It's like another milestone, another something new. Like you raise them, you have, insight, you're involved all the time. And then when they become adults and you've raised them to be ready for the world, and they leave the nest and start making a life of their own, I think there's a push-pull, right? Like they're leaving, but they still call for advice, because they're learning too. And parents are learning, like, okay, before there were no boundaries. Now there needs to be boundaries for them and for the parents, for sure. And that's a tough one to learn. And I'll speak for myself. I don't always get it right. I'll be honest. Because I go into a mother mode, and, and sometimes I've had to be reminded of boundaries, and that's okay. Like, that's how it works, that's normal. And I think having conversations about that is normal. And sometimes it hurts your feelings, but this is part of life. Like, it's not about you, meaning the parent. It's about your kid. And I have not perfected this, because there's also that dynamic of, yes, they're adults, but they're always going to be your babies. Like, that's kind of how you see them. You can see them in both ways. That's my baby, but then that's also, an adult. And that's where the line can get blurred. And so, speaking from not my own experience necessarily, because I'm not on the outs with my kids, we're still, we still communicate and spend time together, albeit not super often, but that's okay. I want them to live their life. I want them to do what makes them happy and what brings them joy. Thinking of only themselves and or their partner, their that dynamic. But yeah, it can be difficult, and you got to just get over it, right? And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes parents, you'll suffer in silence, like your feelings are hurt. But again, it's not about you. It's about them living their life. And so you're not necessarily walking with them in life like you used to, or cheering from the sideline. You take a little bit more of a step back, because you've raised them. They're raised, and they're a reflection of you. They're your legacy. They're the best part of you, and they're gonna do their life. So anyway, just a little bit of, I guess more of a, hey, if you're struggling with, learning the new dynamics of having a relationship with your adult child, I get it. And it's not easy. And, there have been times where, one of my kids has had to say, hey, and rightfully so. If that's how I'm making them feel, then that's what I need to hear. And because I want to respect boundaries. I want to respect boundaries. I know my kids love me. They know I love them fiercely. But it's okay to say, listen, I'm learning. This is a learning curve for me as a parent. I spent 18 years protecting, being involved, nurturing, all of that. So it can take a little bit to learn the new rules, if you will. And again, that's okay. Give yourself some grace. Listen to your kids when they they need you to kind of back off a little bit, or what have you. So again, anybody going through that, I get it. You're not alone. We all have those moments, for sure. So the best you can do is just love your kid through it and give yourself grace. Wishing you all a great rest of your Saturday, and much love.